Why can't the Saints step up and make timely plays? Ladies and gentlemen, New Orleans football is the backdrop. Okay, let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah. Where do we start today? We start at the top. Back-to-back losses, this one to the Patriots. And it's not it wasn't like
well, not back-to-back losses, but
they're still fine. You know what I mean? Like, they're fine to watch. These aren't ugly games. It isn't hapless, punchless football like it was down the stretch last year. You're watching games, they're competitive, and they're in them. And
this is what's frustrating. Okay. This is what's frustrating is that we are beyond. We have been beyond. Okay. We are beyond the idea that this team is like a hapless, horrible team who's just happy to be in it, just happy to be playing, just whatever. Like, that is not the case. That is not where this team is. What's frustrating is that the team is competitive. The team is good enough to be in a situation to win these games. And yet, they lose them. That's what is frustrating. It's not that we're, losing to the Patriots. It's that we lost to the Patriots the same way we lost to the Cardinals, the same way we lost to the 49ers, sort of kind of the same way we lost to the Bills. Where it's just like one situation or two situations in each game goes against the Saints. And I'm not saying like it's like an unlucky thing. I'm saying that in those situations, we either can't make the play, shoot ourselves in the foot, whatever, and boom, we lose. Like there is a directly identifiable like 2, 3, 4 plays in every game that you can look at and be like, that's why we lost. That's the loss right there. That's it.
I mean, I think that's the best thing you can hope for this season. But what's becoming plainly obvious to me is that the Saints need players. They don't have a lot of good football players. And if their players are going to make mistakes and not do
this is the part that's frustrating me. All right. And the part that's frustrating me is that last year, when it was Mason Tipton and Stone Cold Kevin Austin or who the hell ever, MVS or, Bub Means and Jordan Mims, and it's like, okay, I expect those guys to drop passes. I expect those guys to not do much, not get separation. Like if I'm throwing to whoever, Mason Tipton on 3rd and 8, it is what it is. The issue now is that the players who are supposed to be good, the players who we are counting on, and whether you think they're good or not, like whether you think, well, Juwan Johnson's not good, or whether you think, well, Chris Olave's not a 1, or, well, Rashid Shaheed's not a 2, whatever. They're on the team. That's their role. They were drafted in the first round in some cases. They were given a big contract in other cases. They are who we are depending on. And collectively, they're letting the team down. That's what's frustrating. It's like, all right, why is the top letting us down? I'm totally understanding of, well, we don't have depth, or these are young players, or they haven't, they're just not up to snuff or whatever. But these are guys who should be better, who are not playing at their level.
Things that need to be done to help elevate the quarterback, or at least complete what the quarterback is doing, they're not going to win enough games.
Yeah,
you can't
100%.
have Chris Olave dropping passes. You can't have Juwan Johnson fumbling, and you can't have the defense giving up 3rd and 9, 3rd and 15, 3rd and whatever.
Do you know what the New England Patriots average 3rd down was? Guess. I just looked it up before this video. I'll give you a hint. The Saints was like 6.3. So on average, the Saints had like a 3rd and 6, whatever, 3rd and 6.5. What do you think the Patriots was? 8.4. Their average 3rd down was 8.4. Again, it's not like, well, the defense is just ass. It's not that. We aren't just giving up 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s. We're not giving up, gouging runs on 1st down. We're giving up 3rd downs, 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. Like, that's what we're giving up. It's this situational stuff that is just week in and week out, where when it's time to make a play, they can't make it. Like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. Those should be, all right, we did what we had to do. We backed them up. It's 3rd and 10. We should be fine. When it's 3rd and 10 and I'm sitting in the stands, I'm shaking in my damn boots. I'm holding my dome dog. I'm shaking. I'm holding the dome dog, freaking out. I can't even watch. I'm sitting here going, it's 3rd and my God, it's 3rd and 12. I can't watch. It's 3rd and 18. I can't watch. You should be feeling good. You should be feeling like, damn, it's 3rd and 12. We're rocking and rolling. We got to stop. I don't think we've got to stop until our punt returner has the ball in his hands.
Throw a distance on there. They're giving it up. You can't do that. This team isn't good enough to play football like that. And if that's how they're going to play, get ready. Like, get ready for the picks. You can't.
They are doing the hard things and not doing the easy things. The hard part is getting the 3rd and 10. The hard part is getting the team to a 3rd and long. That's the hard part. The hard part is getting down into the red zone. The hard part is what the easy part is, stopping 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. The easy part is you've already made the catch. Don't fumble. The easy part is, okay, you've got separation. The ball has hit you in the hands. Make the catch. The hard part's getting the separation. The hard part is the throw. The hard part is all that. The hard part we're doing. The easy part we are not doing. We are not doing the easy part. And that's what's frustrating, is that the team is good enough, but at the same time, they're not good enough. Very, very, and it's so consistent. That's another part that's aggravating, is that it's the same thing every game. The 49ers game was the Cardinals game, which was the Bills game, which is the Patriots game.
Be that type of team. But here's the thing. They need everything. They need wide receivers.
Yeah.
They need tight ends.
Yep.
They need a guard.
Yep.
They need pass rush.
The offensive line, honestly, I'm not even worried about. Offensive line's fine. The offensive line's given up, a sack in 2 games against 2 pretty good defenses in the Giants and the Patriots. The offensive line, I'm fine with. I don't care about the offensive line. I'm fine with the offensive line. I'm fine with the linebackers. I'm fine with the safeties. I'm fine with the quarterback. I'm fine with the system. But the other spots, wide receiver, tight end, defensive line, cornerbacks, yeah, a lot to be desired.
They need cornerbacks. They need everything. There's no position that's off the table. There's no position.
Yeah, punter, kicker.
Any position. 1 to 22, player 1 to player 53. There's no player, no position that isn't replaceable. That couldn't be. There isn't a single guy on this team that can be replaced by a better player. The opportunity cost going into the playoffs is crazy, or into the draft is going to be crazy. Because you can draft anything.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about best available. The draft, I actually went to Pro Football Focus's mock draft simulator or whatever yesterday, just to see who's even on the board. And it's the easiest thing in the world. You just take whoever's the best player available. That's it. Ruben Bain's available. Cool, take him. Whoever your top wide receiver is, cool, take him. Whoever your best cornerback is, take him. Best interior defense line, take him. Best linebacker, take him. It's that easy. You just close your eyes, throw a dart. Sort by best available, draft. That's it. The only thing you probably don't do is take a quarterback, because you don't need it. You have Rattler, who's been fine, and you got Chuck as the unknown quantity. You can wait a year. Get some players.
There isn't anyone that's saying, hey, don't take a guy in my position, except the tackle spots. Yeah. And you could even draft a tackle and move one of these guys to guard if you want.
For real. You could say, you know what? Whatever. We'll take this tackle like Proctor, Caden Proctor, the tackle from Alabama. If you're like, you know what? We just want to have him. He's just a stud. If we had him, he'd be a real game changer. We're gonna move Tally to guard. All right, cool, fine with me. Whatever. I agree. Maybe center. Maybe you just don't take a center because you have McCoy. But you could pretty much do anything.
Wanted to. If you feel that Fano from Utah is him, you could do it. So, just watching Drake May today, Drake May went out there, his team screwed him. The officials calling ticky-tacky stuff, they screwed him. They said, Drake, you're not winning this game. And he said, you know what, I am. And he went out and he made play. And he made another play. And then that play got flagged. And guess what he did? He made another one behind it. That's what this team needs at some position. It doesn't have to be a quarterback. It can be the receiver. They're just.
But, like, even the Drake May thing, if Kayshon Boutte drops some of those passes, totally different game. Completely different game. If Ramondre Stevenson fumbles, completely different game. If the turnover is flipped, I think the Saints win the game. It was that kind of a game. And Saints just lost the turnover. Like, they lost the possession. If Kayshon Boutte doesn't, on 3rd and 9 at the end of the game, it wasn't really a contested catch, I guess, but he did kind of have to come, he did have to go get the ball. If he drops that, Patriots might not win. As good as Drake May was, you still have to have your receivers or whoever do their end of the bargain. Right now, the Saints team is not doing their end of the bargain. That is plain and simple. That is it. Hunter Henry didn't do anything crazy in this game, but he didn't fumble. Kayshon Boutte made the plays when he had to. Pseudo contested catches, go up and make a play. And he went up and made a play. The Douglas deep ball, like, okay, that's a broken play, whatever. But I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good the quarterback is. They can only do so much if everything around them is falling apart. If there's you can go back to this game. Go rewatch some of the 3rd down catches. Go rewatch some of any of the touchdown catches besides the broken play. Drake May was playing out of his mind. But all he can do is throw it, right? He can't throw it and catch it. He can't throw it, catch it, and finish the play.
Jefferson type, Malik Neighbor. They need a star player. They don't have any stars on this team. And you can't win like that. Alvin Kamara, Demario Davis are your 2 stars, and they were your 2 brightest stars in 2018.
See, I mean, Alvin Kamara, I love him like a brother, but he's not the star player of this team. He's losing his timeshare in the running back room to Kendra Miller. It's a 50-50 split, right? So he ain't even a star player anymore. He's not the guy. I agree 100% with Nick saying. There aren't any stars on this team. Any. No one's a star. If you're playing Madden or whatever and you get like the players like the player role or the star, metric, we don't have any. We got a bunch of 82 overall players.
That's 2 generations of, in NFL terms, where are the guys? Where are the guys? Who's the money player? I don't think.
And this part too, I'm kind of on both sides of this one. Look at the Patriots. Who is their star player? Drake May. Drake May's the man. Okay, fine. Top 5 pick. Sure. But Kayshon Boutte, is he a number 1 wide receiver? No. Stephon Diggs had 3 catches. He didn't do much in this game. Right? Ramondre Stevenson sucks. Hunter Henry, is he a star? LOL. But they made the plays when they had to. And nothing crazy. We're talking about like a 9-yard catch, 10-yard catch, right? That's it. So, for sure, every team needs star players. But we just need the players to do almost the bare minimum. We just need Juwan Johnson to be Hunter Henry. We just need Chris Olave to be Kayshon Boutte. We just need some of that. We don't have to have Malik Neighbors. We just have to have, hey man, it's 3rd and 8, ball hits you in the hands, make the catch. That's it. I think it's too. I think it's too much to say. Well, the problem is we don't have Jamar Chase. Yes, that would be a nice upgrade. But you go watch like the 49ers. All right, you go watch teams like that, and you're watching Jawan Jennings make plays, Ricky Pearsall make plays. You're watching these guys who it's like, none of these guys are ones, but they're all doing what they're supposed to do. And I don't know what the hell has been going on. But for some reason, our guys just aren't doing it. They just are not doing it. Right now, it would be better if our wide receiver groups was like Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp, and I don't know, name your other just kind of reliable guy. Just give me reliable, consistent guys who can do the job. That's it. Would I rather have a wide receiver group of Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, and Nico Collins? Yeah, that'd be sweet. But give me Brandon Cooks, Adam Thielen, and Cooper Kupp. Give me those guys. Give me them. Because I know they'll come down with the ball. I know they'll just catch the ball in open space. If they have to slightly jump up, or if the ball's here instead of here, or maybe it's a little low, I know, you know what? Cooper Kupp's going to catch that.
The Saints have him right now. And I think that's a huge problem. To keep on this topic, I'm bringing in my guy Trip right now. We're going to keep talking about it.
Well, let's keep talking
All right,
about
now our next topic is presented by Chabert Insurance, the Earhart Agency. If you are looking for insurance, make sure you check out our friends at Chabert and make sure you are looking up the Earhart Agency. That's the one that you want. I thought the biggest issue for the Saints in this game is that they simply don't have guys that are difference maker, playmaker type players. And it showed up in every level. It showed up on defense. It showed up on offense. It showed up, I thought at times, it pass catcher, it wide receiver, it quarterback, at tight end on the offensive line. Like, there just aren't enough difference maker type players on this team. And the guys that I think they're counting on to be difference maker type players simply aren't. Crystal.
There you go. That is it right there. That one sentence just encapsulated everything about this game and the season so far. The players that they are counting on are not only not making the plays, they are negatively impacting the game.
Abe is supposed to kind of be that guy for them, and I think on most days he can be. Today he certainly wasn't, and it just goes down the list, and it really stood out to me. You're watching this team play, you're watching them make mistakes. And if they get a hangnail, let alone a bullet in their foot, it's done, I think, for them. They don't have anyone that can overcome it. And meanwhile, the Patriots are just totally screwing their quarterback every which way, giving up 50-yard touchdowns, 50-yard third down completions. The officials are kind of calling a wild-looking game, and none of it matters because Drake May is Drake May, and Drake May did Drake May things, and they won. The Saints don't have anyone that's going to do blank things and win a game for them, and I thought that was the biggest difference in this game.
It's true. I mean, how many times have we said, like, the thing I kept saying is, like, top 100 players on all those lists. Back in the day they had 7 of them. Now they have 0. You made that point in text, I'm sure, in your column after the game, and I mean, it just couldn't be more true. We were actually saying in the press box, I thought Spencer was playing really well, but after a couple of those Olave drops and the Juwan Johnson fumble, they start that last drive, and I'm like, who do you trust? Where do you go?
Brandon Cooks?
Oh, on offense. Who's even the target? And, I mean, that is a really tough place to be as a playmaker. I mean, obviously we like their running backs, but not when you're down in every game. Like, what's your go-to solution? And this team doesn't have go-to solutions. And you're right that was across the board because, oh, man, I mean, the way this game started out, I was going to call you and ask if we could wipe my glowing feature on the young secondary off the website because that lasted a week and 4 minutes into a game before they started showing that they're young and showing all their warts. So.
I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with, well, they're young, miscommunication, broken play, they'll figure it out, whatever. Okay, that's understandable. That's part of the rebuild. What is not part of a rebuild is missed field goals, drops, fumbles. Like, that's not part of a rebuild. That's not what we should be going through right now. That ain't it. So, that's where, like, I saw after the game, I saw people tweeting out and be like, this is what a rebuild looks like. It is not. I can tell you it is not. That is not what a rebuild looks like. Juwan Johnson fumbling in the middle of the field, that's not a rebuild. That's him blowing the game. That's a $30 million contract guy blowing the game. You know, like Chris Olave dropping a touchdown pass, that is not a rebuild. Chris Olave dropping the 2nd and 7 or whatever it was in the middle of the field, that's not a rebuild. You know, like they're not the same thing. And I don't care. You can see whether it's Patrick Mahomes or Drake May or Justin Herbert or whoever your favorite quarterback is, go watch them. Go watch those games and see what happens in those games when the players around them are not doing the little things, whether it's drops or fumbles or whatever else.
And the pass rush didn't help them out by ever putting Drake May under duress in this game. So you absolutely pinpointed what we watched out there today, which is crazy since they almost won. Like, they had so many opportunities to win this game, but there's no closers.
100% what's going on here. 100% too, where it's like, even all the stuff we're talking about, go to any game. It's like, well, the Saints lost this game by 1 possession, and they had 3 drops, a fumble, 2 missed field goals, these penalties on these drives. Like, damn, how are they even in it? This game, exact same thing. You see the beginning of the game, Drake May's like 11 for 13 going into halftime with 3 touchdowns, barely has an incompletion. We had, you know, all the drops and all that stuff. Then we had the Juwan Johnson fumble. We had all the third down situations. And then if Juwan doesn't fumble, like, that's a possession to go ahead in the game. You know, like, and that's the part where I said it after the game. I said it at the game. I would rather just get blown out. I'd rather just lose by 30 than play how they're playing, have a chance to win these games, and consistently lose them.
My biggest fear with the Saints is that they're a team that can move the ball for I don't know, 70 yards, 60 yards down the field, wherever the starting position is. And I think the way the league's being played now is that you get these 2 deep looks and you get zone coverage underneath it. And there's kind of always the 6-7 yard pass. I mean, it's literally what Brandon Staley talks about every single week. We aren't giving up the explosives. We're fine with giving up the underneath passes. But here's the thing that happens then is you get to 3rd down and people actually try to close down the 4, 5, 6 yard pass. You get to the red zone. People are trying to close down the 4, 5, 6 yard pass. And I don't know that the Saints have a playmaker or a ball deliverer that can make those things happen in those situations. And I think that's the thing that they gotta prove and they gotta show down the stretch here. I mean,
yeah, the evolution of this offense absolutely is, okay, you're in the red zone now. What routes are we running? What are the plays? What are we doing in order to score? Every touchdown cannot be a 1, 2, 3 yard run. At some point, you got to start completing the 9-yard pass in the end zone, the 11-yard pass in the end zone, whatever it is. So who's the receiver? What's the route? What are we doing? Because like Nick said, you can't just dink and dunk your way down once you get into the red zone. Doesn't happen. So that might be a Kellen design thing. That might be the personnel. That might be Rattler, whatever. They got to figure that out for sure. Because it cannot just be, well, we're on the 2-yard line. Let's just run. Can't do that. So I don't know if it's, all right, we're in the red zone now. Now this is the package where we have Devon Bailey involved. We have, you know, whoever, multiple tight ends, maybe whatever it ends up being. There's a million different combinations it can be. But that has to get figured out.
It's the one missing piece from everything. I thought Spencer Rattler played incredibly today, and I thought the throw to Devon Bailey that got negated by a Kelvin Banks holding penalty might have been his best throw of the whole entire day. Just kind of ripped it right up the seam to the big target. Like, that's kind of what we've been waiting to see. But, you know, they just haven't shown us, like.
You could argue his 2 best throws, one was negated from the holding call, this one Nick's talking about. The other one was the wheel route to Olave. You could argue, like, those are 2 best throws. And he gets nothing for them. Nothing. Go home. Good day, sir. Like, that's where we're at.
Any type of consistency in the red zone. And I mean, it's a huge issue. Like, you have to score touchdowns at some point. And
yes.
Whatever the problem is, whatever's holding them back, like, or like something has to give at some point, or that's going to be the defining thing on this team. And it's something that I'm officially, I think, at least worried about at this point, because it just hasn't manifested. And it's on a day that you're against a a bad defense. This is a defense that's missed more tackles than the Saints, or I'm sorry, 4 less tackles than the Saints. They've allowed more explosive plays than anybody in the league. They're at the bottom of the league in passer rating against. Their defensive coordinator is literally on leave due to health reasons, so they don't have a defensive coordinator. This is a day where you got to be able to go in the red zone and score points, like against a young, porous team, and it didn't happen today. And that's a little bit worrisome to me. Like, you got to be able to finish some of these drives at some point, and like it's got to come. It's got to come quick. Like I think it's kind of at that line of demarcation that we were at with the penalties. Like, all right, these got to get fixed, or like it's a big, massive problem, and they did figure out how to fix it. I think we're at that same point. I'm not saying they can't fix it, but I'm saying, boy, you really got to start seeing it, because you have to be able to score touchdowns in the NFL to be viable at anything. And this team can't. Chris Olave dropped one today, but there's been other days where there's other reasons for those not happening. So
now that's where. So anytime you have a problem, like the Saints have a problem with this, you have to identify the cause of the problem in order to fix it. So it's up. We can't do that. It's up to Kellen. He's got to identify, is it a design thing? Is it a system thing? Is it a player thing? Is it a personnel thing? That's a first step. Right now, I don't know. Right now, if I had to answer, I'd say it's a personnel thing. But he's got to identify what is the problem when it comes to the red zone.
Everybody, I think, has dirty hands. They all need to figure out how to wash them off and get right.
Yeah, the one they got right was 3 straight run plays too. It was first and goal from the 9, and
Taysom Hill.
run with Taysom Hill, and that was a really creative play call by Kellen Moore. So he figured that out. Yeah, I thought that was one of Rattler's better third down throws. He had pressure in his face, and he threw it to a spot. He led Olave to the spot behind the corner, and I don't think Olave got his timing down well enough of that. And they said they worked on that one in practice and got the look they wanted. It almost looked like there was confusion on there. I hated the synchronicity on that one. But then again, they never would have had to be in the red zone on the first drive if he hadn't underthrown Olave a little bit. That 53-yard pass was great. It should have been a 75-yard touchdown. So, yeah, this is a team that lacks a little bit of everything. They don't have the killers, they don't have the depth, they don't have the and we know that. I'm less worried about what it means for this year, but I'm more worried about what it means for this team's future. Is who are those guys gonna be? We want it to be Calvin Banks, we want it to be Talifuaga, because there you go, you got top 15 picks that you get to build your team around. Maybe you want it to be Kool-Aid McKinstry because he was an early second round.
LOL. Like, Kool-Aid, I mean, man, he kind of the same as what we're talking about. It's like, I don't need him to be, Darrelle Revis, but damn, man, just exist. Don't be a free pass on third down. Don't be, well, here's the plan. It's third and whatever. We're going to, whoever Kool-Aid's on, we're just going to throw the ball to him. And that'll be it. And we're just going to lob it up and come down with it. Like, it's every play. I mean, it's a free pass. It is a straight up, like, go ahead, touchdown or first down or whatever you want. Theo Johnson on a kind of sort of slant route in the end zone, just throw it up, man. Ball's kind of behind, whatever. 3rd and 9, just kind of do like a kind of back shoulder thing to Booty and whatever. Like, these aren't like super slick, insane routes or anything. It's just kind of one-on-ones, throw the ball up. And they are free right now. I mean, this is a guy who, like, coming into the season, we were having the conversation of, Kool-Aid could be the one. Like, maybe he'll step up and he'll be the guy. Not only has he not done that, he's borderline like, hey man, he can't be out there. Like, this is hurting the team.
Pick, and he had a great week last week, and then some troubles this year. Same with this week, Jonas Sanker and everything. Like, it's going to take a while for them to build the foundational pieces. There aren't a lot of obvious ones. There's some,
like Sanker and Riley too. Like, they've had enough good moments. They've had enough moments where I'm like, damn, that was nice. Like, okay, great coverage there. Okay, great pass breakup there. Hey, great pick there. Great fumble, whatever. They've had enough of those moments where if they have the bad moment, it's like, all right, they're young. You're going to have the good with the bad. Like, okay, fine. Some players, I have yet to see the good. I've yet to see enough good to balance out the bad.
Promising, depth players, but those players you're talking about, this team does lack them right now. There's no question.
Gotta have a play and you need 4 yards. Who you going to?
Brandon Cooks or Devon Bailey.
For Alvin or Taysom. But
that's the biggest problem. The answer is Alvin.
But if it's like the last drive of the game and they're taking over on the 20 and they got to get 80 yards, I don't know how they're going to do it.
But like, gotta have a play. You need 4 yards. You're going to Alvin, and that's such a
no. I'm not. I'm going Devon Bailey on like a slant route because I just think he'll make the catch. That's where I'm at.
massive problem because the answer was Alvin 5 years ago, and it was probably Alvin 3 years before that, or at least it was Mike Thomas and.
If the answer is Alvin, which I don't think it is anymore, but if the answer is Alvin, we need to use him more in the pass game. I think Kendra is good enough at running the ball where get Alvin in the slot, get him running routes, get him in space, get him in matchup problems, whatever. Like if that, even though he's had drops this year too, but I know he's not a wide receiver, but if he is going to be your guy, then okay, get him and Kendra out there, get creative. If we're going to kind of start taking some of the responsibility from the wide receivers and moving it to them, give me Taysom and Foster, 2 tight end, 2 running back. Like, let's get creative here.
Alvin and defense. Hey, you need to get a play. Someone, okay, they got to get a play. Cam Jordan, you got to go out here and make a play. That was the answer forever. Marshawn Lattimore, you got to go out here and make a play. That was the answer.
Well, we don't have anybody on defense like that. We don't have anyone on defense where it's like, all right, this guy's got to step up.
Forever. DeMario Davis, you got to go out here and make a play. Who are you asking to make a play?
I have a feeling when you watch that film study, I mean, we saw those problems in the secondary early, obviously total breakdowns. I did talk to Jonas Sanker after the game. He took total blame for that first one, stepped up on that one. But I think because of all those issues and then the drops we've been talking about, I think the pass rush kind of got swept, like under the radar a little bit. I bet when you do your film study tomorrow, you're not happy with what you see from this pass rush. It felt like they were never getting to Drake May today, too.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Sanker was going to have a rookie day. We've been saying that he's playing great.
Yeah.
Was looking like the best player on the defense, and the rookie day was going to come. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to figure it out. I think he's going to clean it up, and I think adversity can be good for young players at times. Like, it slows you down, makes you go back, look, and learn and all that stuff. But, yeah, man, like, defensively, there's nobody you're saying, all right, like, they got to get a turnover and they're going to make a play. I mean, that's why.
Well, that's the problem with this team or with defense is that their bend don't break, but all they do is break. Like, that's the problem. There's too much breaking going on.
They went all out to try to block a punt, like, because they knew they weren't going to get a play. Like, you have to try to cheat and cut corners to get there. In that previous game, who was that against? I can't even remember. It was
the Bills.
When they were in Buffalo? When they were in Buffalo?
Buffalo, yeah. Yeah, it was like they're selling out to try to block a punt because, like, they don't have, you aren't looking to anyone, like the odds of, and it's crazy to say because they just got 5 last week against the Giants, but I think on most weeks the odds of getting a turnover are extremely, extremely low because you aren't forcing the quarterback into anything because there's no pass rush, and I don't know that you have the ball hawks right now. They aren't fully marinated. They're kind of still baking. Like, there isn't like anyone you're looking to be like, this is the X factor of the team. And the X factors really are Taysom Hill and Alvin, and bad place to exist. Like, I love the play call, and I love that they got the touchdown. I love seeing Taysom get going, like all that stuff. I thought it was all.
Well, okay, this is where I kind of push back on this. Taysom had 1 carry. Like, they're not asking him to be the difference maker. They're asking the guys who should be the difference makers, and they aren't. If Taysom had 10 carries and Alvin had 25 carries and 10 catches, it's like, man, we are really relying on these guys. But we're really not. Like, we're not really relying on them. We're relying on, the people who we thought, like the Chris Olave, Juwan Johnson, Rashid Shaheed, like, we're relying on them. And they're just letting us down. That bottom line. Like, if Taysom had 12 carries and he's doing all this stuff, then it's like, man, why are we putting all of this on Taysom? If Alvin, again, if he had 15 carries and 8 catches and 12 targets, like, man, we've got to kind of move the ball around a little bit. Like, we probably don't need to put all of this on Alvin every single week. We saw that in some of the Derek Carr years where Alvin would have like 13 catches. It's like, we probably need to do something else besides checking it down to Alvin. But They're really not. Like I said, Alvin's splitting carries with Kendra Miller. Taysom barely is involved at all. And it's just been a breakdown of everyone else.
All positive, but I do think educationally, I would have really liked to see Rattler like throw the ball a couple times in the red zone, just to see, just to know. Like it's like they're hiding from it, and every time they can get down there and hide from it, they're hiding from it. And at some point, their actions speak words. And you run in a Philly special, you go to take, like, it just feels like they know what it is in that area of the field. I want to see the ball in his hands. I want to see them trust him, and I want him to show it. Like, I need to know, because that's a huge piece of the evaluation.
Felt so close today when he was getting them to the 50 and all those drives in the second half, and to watch the way they collapsed with fumbles and drops, and it's just like it felt like we were going to have that signature, like, oh look, a fourth quarter comeback win, and we didn't.
Again, like, that's what's so frustrating. It's like, all right, here we go. Is this drive going to be the drive? Oop, LOL, drop. Oop, LOL, fumble. Okay, well, never mind. Like, all right, well, maybe next time, I guess. Like, we're not even allowing the process to play out because of these, like, silly mistakes. These are just silly things that should not be the case week in and week out. If it's one game, one drop, one fumble, whatever, but it's every single week. Every single week we point to the same stuff. And it's stuff that just is, it shouldn't even be a factor. It should not even be a factor. Now, I do agree. In the red zone, at this point, I think now you almost have to be like, look, we're just going to let it rip. Like, we're going to throw it to Foster. We're going to throw it to Devon Bailey. We're going to do what we got to do. But we got to start taking these chances in the red zone. We got to start finding out who our guy is. We got to start finding out what we're going to do. And the first two places I would go is Foster and Devon.
Yeah. Jawan took away the chance for that. There's a lot of reasons for it.
I take it back. I think they were going to get down to the 20.
Yeah. Rattler was not the problem today. He wasn't. Like, it was everybody else around him.
Even that, I feel like I'm in Groundhog's Day. Even that, how many times have we said that? How many times have we said, well, quarterback play was fine, but everything else. It's seriously the same game 4 different ways as what we've seen so far this year. And if we were 2-2 those games, 1-3 even, if we were 2-4 right now, fine. If we would have beat the Cardinals or beat the 49ers or beat the Bills or beat the Patriots and lost the rest, okay, whatever. But to have 4 different variations of the exact same game and you lose all 4 and you lose all 4 in the exact same way, it's like, what's going on here?
I do want to say, though, we do the live stream during the game, and the chat was in there saying at halftime, oh, Mike got you. He got the 100 yards on Olave. You called the 100-yard Olave game. You didn't get the 100 yards.
He did. He made that catch. That was a catch and fumble. If I had a red challenge flag, the Saints didn't need to challenge it because he lost the fumble. The Patriots didn't need to challenge it because it was 3rd and 17 and they were punting. He caught that ball. He had about 120 yards today. You sound like the Saints after the Bills game right now. Yeah. Well,
yeah, like, I'm not even counting that play because that was like a really hard play to make. It's 3rd and 17, whatever. But even that play, it's like if he comes down with that ball and you're good to go, that's a game changer. I'm not even counting that one. I'm talking about the easy ones. The hard ones, that play, whatever. That's a tough play to make.
But yeah, it led to better things the next week, right?
98 is crazy. I can't believe he got stuck on it. I thought he was going to end the day with 130 yards. Man, it was looking like such a promising game for him at halftime. It felt like the breakthrough, everything was going to be cruising. Rattler was going to get the win. Like, nobody was going to be talking about quarterbacks anymore. Like, it just felt like it was all headed that direction, and then it just got stuck in the second half.
Even the touchdown before the half. It is San Francisco to the max. Just like, all right, we take the lead. Oop, they have a touchdown before the half. Oop, they get the ball. Okay, well, never mind. San Francisco, same thing. Like, oh, man, all right, cool. Big time score. There's a minute left. Wow, okay, they just marched down the field, scored a touchdown. All right.
All right, it's going to do it for this segment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.